Greetings, sending awesome, warm, positive vibrations. This is Body-Culinary, aka Kwasapeacefull eating. Hope your Sunday is going well. What is swinging over here? I am grating some coconut because we're gonna be making some delicioso food here, as per usual, because I like to eat. And I thought today, as I'm making food, it smells really, really good in here. You smell herbs and fresh food. I thought we'd chat about scalp buildup, hair buildup, and the connection, if you think there's any, to diet, right? And what we're eating. Yeah. Do you think that there's a connection between the dandruff and the buildup on the scalp and what we're eating? I wonder, as somebody that's had a lot of acne, and hyperpigmentation and scarring, which I couldn't stand, by the way. I couldn't stand it. And I remember a doctor telling me that there was no connection, just take the benzoyl peroxide or whatever the stuff is, a cream they prescribed to put on my face, and that it should clear up. I didn't like the smell of it. I didn't like all those chemicals, and just intuitively, I felt there has to be a connection. So there's a lot that I've learned in 30-something years on a path of natural living and fitness. And I'm someone that really enjoys and is intentional about being comfortable in my own skin. Speaking of which, I'm going to have some of this coconut water. And the coconut water today, this is from the mature coconuts that I've just grated. Very hot here. And it's good. It's a little bit different than the jelly, really young coconuts. And then I say there's the teenager coconuts, and then we have the mature coconuts. So that's what we're doing today. I like my food fresh. So I'm Body-Culinary, personal chef, personal trainer, professional chef. I'm a coach to people who are interested in whole, fresh living, foods, and fitness as a lifestyle, not a diet. I'm intentional about enjoying myself and really enjoying my time in my hair and skin while I have my human suit. I want to enjoy myself in my skin, knowing that the body is going to age and different things can happen, though I feel an integrity, right? Taking the best possible care of myself with what I know, right? So if something should pop up, I like to make constant deposits into the 401k of my body. I'm someone that comes from a family pattern of morbid obesity, diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure. The comorbidities are the diseases that run in packs. And I don't want to take needles. That's not my intention. I don't want to take needles or be on medication. So I'd rather spend money and time on the food. We're going to spend money on food anyway. And I find that this lifestyle of whole, fresh living, unprocessed foods, there's going to be any processing you doing, it's to a minimum so you can preserve the integrity of the nutrition inside of the food. Hey, greetings, Carolyn. Greetings. So on this channel, I share some of my journey of radical self-acceptance, really celebrating. Hopefully you can still hear me because I'm going to turn on my fan because it is hot in here. But really celebrating and being creative with the features that I have been divinely assigned while I'm out here in my human suit. And on this channel, I also like to share some of my lifestyle practices, I call them leverage lifestyle practices that give you a lot more back, right, for your investment of time, energy, and focus. And they are peaceful consumption, aka food that loves you back, a daily personal movement practice, that's daily. You join me 5 a.m. in the morning for a workout. Fridays is a community class, and garden/nature therapy, right? These are, I call them leverage lifestyle practices because wherever you have space where you lay your head, if you have space for a mat, you have access to not only getting fit, more so than getting fit, administering deep therapy to yourself to make yourself feel better. There are definite physical benefits, but there is nothing that makes me feel like movement, nothing like vigorous movement done intelligently. And as a big part of my life insurance, my vitality insurance, right? So peaceful consumption, a daily personal movement practice, and garden/nature therapy. That's my foundation, the pillars that I live on. So There's a copy. When people ask me sometimes about my skin, I used to have a lot of acne and hyperpigmentation. So there's a book that I wrote called Natural Beauty, No Products. There are plenty of products out there. There's like one shampoo that I like, which I will dilute and use from time to time. Though I constantly fall more and more in love with the herbs and the things that I can find in my garden. It's something about being engaged in the process of your food, just like me grating this coconut with Grandma Lou's coconut grater. To me, it's like a hidden secret that's right underneath our nose. Through you engaging with the food, there's so much information that people are asking about that's right underneath your nose that you don't have access to because you're not engaging in the process of preparing your own food and seeing how the food behaves when it's fresh, when it's rotten, the properties of it, when you feel more satiated because it's real food. Now, it does require time, but it's no more time than you spend traveling out and waiting online and paying top dollar for food that a lot of times, oftentimes inferior quality. And it's not really, it might be a whole lot of flavoring in your mouth, but it's not necessarily doing anything to enhance your immune system or, food that your cells can recognize. It tastes good. Imagine you're eating food that tastes fantastic. Ooh, it's so tasty, but your cells are like, what is this? And so if you put things in your body that your body can't recognize, what's going to happen? Inflammatory response, right? Your body's going to send out, it's going to ring the alarm. Your body's going to ring the alarm. This stuff does not belong in here. Let's do something to get this stuff out of the body. Diarrhea, get it out, headache. We're eating a lot of stuff that doesn't belong in the body. Now, fortunately, because I'm no saint, if I didn't have a whole lot to look forward to in my food, there's no way I would have been able to maintain a lifestyle of, I think, going on maybe 13 years of cold, fresh living and unprocessed foods. I have half of a thyroid. My body temperature can run cold. I gain weight very, very easily. I'd be heading down the same trajectory as the other women in my family. So I've been on this path for 30 years of healthy eating and fitness. Maybe over 30 years. Wow, over 30 years. And I want to I'm intentional about enjoying my time in my body. Jai, your virtual homegirl. Hey, good evening, Jai, your virtual homegirl, and Carolyn, sending us some one positive vibration. So we're here discussing today. Question: do you think that buildup on your scalp, well, in the hair is one thing, but also on your scalp, you think it has anything to do with your food, right? So often, most of the videos I see on YouTube are talking about buildup. It's like this mad rush dash, and I get it, right? To get the buildup out of the hair. But I think maybe I just think very, very simple. Most think like my Grandma Lou. And it kind of goes across, the principle goes across the fitness. If I don't put a lot in, when I know how hard you have to work to achieve a physique, as somebody that's done fitness competitions, that's a lot of work. You can have good genetics. It's a lot of work. So I'm figuring like if I don't put certain things in my body, then I don't have to work like a demon to get it off or out. Same thing with the hair. I don't have to do all these harsh detoxes with cider vinegar or anything. I don't really have virtually no buildup. Sometimes a little minuscule amount of lint, but I'm not putting certain things in the hair, which I don't think my hair could take anyway, because it would be too heavy for my tresses. My hair is very, very fine. Even the little things, hair holes I put in it have to be like so light so I don't make indentations in my hair. All of my hair, all of them are flat. They're flat. So I don't want to put indentations in my hair. My hair basically can't take all of the rough handling. So as far as greasing the scalp, I was one of those people that's raised with greasing the scalp. Let me know, were y'all raised with greasing the scalp? Is there anybody that was raised to not grease their scalp? That would be interesting. Maybe the first place I heard not greasing your scalp was No Lie by Talani Kennard, one of the first natural hair care books. Love that book. And also I got my hair done by her. Master, one of the best braiders. That's from a whole back in the days. A whole nother generation. I think I might have to interview her for my podcast. I got to take advantage of some of these people while they're still alive to give some of the history that some of us don't know about the Natural Braiders Guild, right? But anyway, when you look at the amount of money that we spend on products, and not just money, the time, the frustration. I think of the frustration. I remember some of my homegirls growing up. We had like a little teeny, like a struggle bus ponytail. It was like no bigger than the tip of my finger, and it was just very raspy. And then, you know, it wasn't styling gel back in the day. It was just grease and water. And this and grease and water with a perm, it was too much work. Like, that's so distinct in my mind. It was too much struggle and stress. That's the part that I'm not interested in. I'm not anti-makeup, but the stress of trying to make my hair and skin do something that it can't and that it can't sustain, I just find it mentally debilitating. I'm just not here for it. I'll roll on the floor, play with the bunnies first, or do some exercise first. That kind of stress, I can take that. I enjoy that. But just, I find it just did something for my psyche. I think it messes with your esteem. When you feel like you're struggling to put some Vaseline on, because I wasn't allowed to wear lipstick until a certain age. Not even really lipstick or nail polish. But you're struggling to try to, you know, work the baby hair. We worked that out when I was growing up with the toothbrush and the hair grease. And you're struggling to try to get a look to go outside to get validation, especially in this climate. Now, I have some acquired wisdom and some years on me now. But it's just, I find it's mentally, let me know what y'all think. I find it is mentally debilitating to have that kind of pressure coming from externally, also to have, because of a narrative that's been served to us, to put that kind of pressure on ourselves to go outside and, you know, then you don't get picked or chosen, and get picked or chosen for what? To be exploited or abused or over-sexualized with no respect. I don't know. I find it, let me not say I don't know, because I know what I think, and I'm just one woman's perspective. I find it mentally and emotionally destabilizing. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. I think it affects our esteem as well as our pocketbooks. And I'm just not here for it. So what's the alternative, right? Because just like with the food, if I didn't have things to look forward to, I really enjoy, there's no way that I would have been able to maintain eating the way that I do. Just fresh, unprocessed foods, living foods, right? That's what I really enjoy. I can say that I enjoy it immensely. It's so creative. It's so sustainable. That's a principle for me. My hair has to be the same way. I've got to enjoy myself. And I find all the time when I would try to do different hairstyles, it doesn't work. But then I just do a little something accidental, and somehow, usually, that works with my hair. It doesn't look like other people's hair, right? Even with the thin, twisty locks, because I only have about 30 or 31 locks. They're all flat, and my hair is not very, very dense. So I find hairstyles that are complementary to my density, to my hair being flat, to the fact that I'm not going to slick it. It's just too much. It's too much for me. I'm just going to sweat it out anyway. I just can't. I'm not willing to. Let me put it like that. I'm not willing to. So, yeah, the whole thing with the hair and buildup, I don't have the buildup in my hair, which is rare. My hair can have a tendency, because I'm in the sun in the garden a lot, sometimes it's a brown color, and sometimes it can even start to look bleached a little bit by the sun. Okay. I put the no polish juice. I can live with that. But my scalp, it has been such an epiphany that I don't experience buildup on my scalp. Even with the oils that I used before, periodically you can scratch. And I didn't use a lot. I didn't use a lot. I just wanted to add a little bit of oil for a little bit of sheen. But after exercising several days, I could scratch my scalp and feel a little bit underneath my nails. I've even done some experiments with putting no oil in my hair and doing water washing over a period of time to see what would happen, right? Back in the day, they used to have some water-only hair washing channels, and the sisters would work to smooth the sebum down the hair, right? So I said, I wonder if I could do that with locks. I've tried it, and eventually it starts to look almost like there's a gray cast on the hair. And I used to live before, I had invested in water filters, so I don't have a water filter where I am currently. Actually, I'm going to be making my own distilled water, so if you're interested in me sharing that, let me know, and I think I'll share that if you're interested in seeing. But I'm going to make my own distilled water, because I do think everything has an effect on the body. So I do think, so many areas, there's so much stuff in the water that can affect the texture you know, of your hair. So I don't experience any flaking, none, like zero. My scalp has never, ever, not that I had profuse itching before, too tight styles I can't take, but I have never felt such a breathable scalp. That's the best way I can describe it. My skin can breathe. Like I don't like the feeling of like my skin can't breathe. Like I feel like I have a plastic bag or something on. My skin can breathe and my scalp can breathe. And it's primarily, I think, because the way in my mind I'm thinking is that my products are my food. That's primarily the products that I'm putting on my hair and skin is plants that I'm mixing with. It's aloe and opales from the yard. I do have like a raw jojoba oil, olive oil, and coconut oil. I don't really eat them now. I used to eat them, but a lot of things have just fallen away on their own. But I will use it for my skin. If I do a lot of self massage of my breasts and my stomach on a regular basis for breast health, right? And also it's a way that I care for myself. But I don't put it in my scalp, and I'm telling you, my scalp feels exquisite. It's just it can breathe. That's the best way I can put it. My scalp can breathe. It doesn't feel heavy at all. And when I wash my hair, wash it / rinse it with the different herbs and the opales and the rosemary and the aloe, it dries really quick because I don't have the oil in it. I'm in the garden a lot, so if I had oil, the last time I put oil in it, the dust from the garden would get stick to my hair. It wasn't a lot of oil, but still over time, the oil felt good when I was soothing it on my hair. It would feel good initially when I was. It felt good when I was soothing it onto my hair, though eventually my hair would get stiff from. So that's a pat. I'm an observer of patterns. So I noticed over time the oil feels good when you're smoothing it on, but then especially with my hair being finer, the hair would get stiff. Now I know, and it might be like a bit, I don't know if I want to call it a learning curve or readjusting or your hair normalizing. Should you decide to embark on trying out no oil, distinction, the hair now is dry but not brittle. It's dry just in terms of it not being wet, but it's not hard and it's not brittle. It's actually really cottony. My hair just feels like soft cotton. It's actually it's a pleasant feeling to feel like you don't have to do anything. That I love. And has a little bit of body to it. I think that's something also. Y'all let me know what y'all think about body for the hair. I think a lot of us, when we used to wear the like doobies and stuff, we were striving to get body or for our hair to flow a certain way. I found that the oil takes away from having body, right? It can get, if you're using shea butter, you can have some movement if you have length, but when it's shorter, you don't have so much body. The hair being locked and light and fluffy, it has body. It has its own body. So this hair is like a unique journey. I like it. I think it's fun. I think it's exciting. It's nothing like going into the pool, going into the canoes, getting wet in the rain, and you don't have to worry about your hair, and your hair dries quickly. It doesn't hold any scent. I mean, it's so many benefits, and it doesn't get any better. I don't find I have any buildup in my nails. If I were to scratch my scalp does not, it doesn't itch, doesn't hold odors. I don't have to let the oil run into my face. So let me know, have you found that the things that you're eating are contributing to buildup on your hair and your scalp? Do you experience a lot of buildup? Do you think that it's possible to remove buildup without the Dawn dishwashing liquid, which I remember back in the day I tried when I had Twinkie hair. Look at the video on this channel on Twinkie hair. That was like a fiasco. And I only was using coconut oil and olive oil at the time on my hair. But maybe it's also something with having really, really fine hair that builds up really easily. Things do get caught in my hair very easily. But I found like at one time I went to squeeze it and it was like waxy, like buildup. I'm like, how could that be? I hardly put anything in my hair. So that was the last time I put oil in my hair, and I was like, I'm not going back. So I had to stay the course. I chose to stay the course as I was investigating and seeing what does my hair do? That is such a rabbit hole of bravery. What does my hair do? A lot of people just like, I don't know what it's going to do, what it's going to look like. And so now this is what it's looking like. And actually, I didn't even notice. I can hit my back now, maybe even almost down to my stomach. But it's nice. I'm not even concerned. It's like, okay, whatever. That's a good feeling. It feels like freedom. So let me know how your hair journey is going. Are you eating your own food? Do you think that there's a connection between the chips? I used to be a potato chip addict, or the ice creams. Do you notice? Do you pay attention to if you're eating a lot of the recreational foods, if it contributes to changes in your scalp or on your skin? I know definitely my skin and the acne, I could feel the pimples coming with processed foods and chips, and I was deeply addicted. Oof, it was bad. But there's a definite, and if it's affecting your face, you think that, internally that your system is being affected. What about your organs? You think that buildup is linked to anything that you're eating? And if you've made some changes to your food, have you seen anything clear up? Let me know what you think. Thank you for stopping in this Sunday. Subscribe if you like the content. You're welcome to comment respectfully. I'll see you over on TikTok, and hopefully I'll see you at 5 a.m. in the morning for the 5 a.m. workout. Make sure you have your heart rate monitors charged up. If you're interested in coaching and have questions, reach out to me at body-culinary.com and download your copy of Holy Foods in the Hood. And I'll see you soon. Share the video with somebody that could benefit.